I was sitting in the corner at a social event I didn't even want to attend. Around me, people were moving with an ease I didn't possess, laughing and talking, while I sat silently, scrolling through my phone to look busy. Inside, I was asking the same questions I always did. Is anyone noticing me? Does anyone actually want to talk to me? I found myself on the sidelines again, wondering why some people function like human magnets, drawing others in effortlessly, while I remained invisible. I wondered if it was down to appearance, or perhaps the right words. Was there a factor I was simply missing? If you've ever felt like your presence doesn't spark curiosity or encourage others to approach, you know how isolating that signal can be. Most of us just want to be noticed without having to force a conversation or act like someone we aren't. There is a way to change that. It requires a tiered plan of small, deliberate adjustments that build into a presence people can't easily ignore. This isn't about begging for attention. It's about becoming the type of person who naturally invites connection. I started noticing my own habits in mundane places, like the public library. Every time I walked in, I'd automatically lower my head and look at the floor or my phone, trying to pass through the room in total silence. I told myself I just liked being quiet, but the truth was I was afraid of being judged, or worse, looking at someone and being ignored. By hiding, I was broadcasting a clear message: stay away. I was repelling the very connections I wanted. I saw the alternative when my friend Sammy walked into a cafe. I was in my usual corner, hiding behind my cup, but Sammy moved differently. He walked with steady steps and a light smile, looking around the room with calm eyes. Within minutes, people were gravitating towards his table. He became the center of the room before he even spoke. I had to ask him, how do you draw people in so easily? What's the approach? Sammy's advice was simple. It starts with the first look. You look people in the eye with confidence, not staring, just signaling that you are present and open to a conversation. I tried it the next day. I walked into the same cafe, kept my head up, and made brief, calm eye contact with the people I recognized. For the first time, I felt visible. A few minutes later, a stranger actually approached me to ask about the book I was reading. It was a subtle shift, but for the first time, the isolation felt less absolute. A glance and a calm smile are signals. They tell the people around you that you are here and they are welcome. During a workshop on communication, I saw the gap between how I felt and how I actually looked to others. I stood in front of the group the way I always did, hands in my pockets, shoulders slouched, and my head down. The feedback was blunt. The group said I looked nervous, closed off, and as if I didn't want anyone near me. My natural posture was sending a series of negative signals I never intended. The trainer had me make a few adjustments: hands out of pockets, shoulders back, and chest forward. He told me to let my body say, I'm comfortable. The change in the room was immediate. The same people who called me closed off moments ago now said I looked like a completely different person. I began monitoring these habits daily. I stopped crossing my arms when I was nervous and focused on keeping my posture open and relaxed. The results were passive but clear. People began noticing me from across the room. In one instance, a stranger started a conversation simply because my posture made it easy for them to approach. I realized the core of it. Body language acts as a mirror, reflecting how we feel and shaping how others feel around us. Master this, and your silence becomes more inviting than 1,000 forced words. I saw the results of this shift at a conference. Instead of waiting to be noticed, I asked the person next to me a simple, opinion-based question about the lecture. We talked for 2 hours. I realized then that people gravitate toward those who give them genuine attention. You don't need to be the funniest person in the room to be liked. Listening is often more effective than speaking. By asking people about their work or their interests, you make the interaction comfortable for them. The strategy is simple: prioritize their story over your own. Finally, there is the power of silent presence. Being comfortable in your own space, without appearing anxious or needy, acts as its own kind of magnet. The difference lies in the small details: your eye contact, your posture, and your genuine curiosity about others. You don't have to be the smartest or most extroverted person in the room. Just be authentic and truly present. Try these adjustments, and you'll see how the world starts moving toward you.